and gentlemen, this is Marcel Umphrey, the REI Success Maker, bringing you another info-packed real estate investing training video. Folks, if you landed here for the first time, let me share a little bit about myself. I've been investing in real estate since 2002. When I started out, it wasn't always peaches and cream. I was an overworked, underpaid federal government employee living paycheck to paycheck. I only had one stream of income. One of the things that I'm going to talk about today is the importance of creating multiple streams of income using a couple of concepts. Now, in this video, we're going to go over what OPP is. And I'm not talking about that famous rap song. Okay, we're going to go over what OPP is. We're going to go over what OPT is. We're going to go over what OPM is, and we're also going to go over what a JV deal is. This is something that I recently accomplished. I recently accomplished closing a JV deal with someone in my local marketplace where it brought me in close to $20,000. But all three of these other concepts tied into that profit. And I'm going to share with you how I was able to put that deal together. Now, if you're watching this video, there's probably a link somewhere. I want you to click that link at some point and sign up for my next training. This is what you're about to learn. You're about to learn how I leveraged somebody else's property. I leveraged somebody else's property. We call this OPP, other people's property. We're also going to go into how I leverage someone else's time, OPT, other people's time. I hope you're taking notes. Then we're going to go into how I leverage. I didn't use my own cash. I didn't have to risk anything up front. I leveraged OPM, you guessed it, other people's money. And then that brings me to this joint venture deal. Okay, that's what JV stands for, joint venture. And you see the profit there. Now, before I get into these concepts, there's something that's very dear to me that I want to share. Very dear to me that I want to share. I read this article in the USA Today, and the headline reads, "Shutdown hits millions." And when I read this article, I see that this government shutdown that we're experiencing right now is not only affecting the federal government employees, but it's affecting millions of other people. It's affecting children. It's affecting retailers. It's affecting the small business owners. And I'm hearing the nightmares. I'm hearing people that can't make their rent payment. I'm hearing about people that can't make their mortgage payment. And it dawned on me that the answer to that is to create another stream of income. And one of the ways you can create another stream of income, if you only have one stream of income, because I was that same federal government employee with one stream of income, is get involved in real estate. Get into the industry somehow, some way. If it's not through me, it's through somebody else. Okay? But learn how to invest in real estate. Now, what I actually did on this deal is I actually partnered up with someone who had a property under contract. So it wasn't my property. It wasn't my deal. It was another investor's deal. Okay, write that down. Somebody else's property. Now, the OPT, the other people's time. How did I leverage somebody else's time? Well, that other investor supplied my company with pictures, with a contract. They also supplied me with the entry to the property, how I could send my investor buyers into the property. So I didn't really spend any time at all on this deal. I didn't take any pictures. I didn't even go to the property. I've never been to this property. And then OPM, very important. I didn't put up any money for this deal. I didn't put any time into this deal. It wasn't even my deal. Somebody bought the deal to me, and I'll explain that in a second. Other people's money. So when that investor brought the deal to me, I had another investor who had a bunch of money, who was looking for a deal in that particular neighborhood, and I just showed them the deal. Okay, there's some other steps that I'm about to go over to how I structured this. So I showed somebody with a boatload of money a property that they wanted to buy, and they purchased the deal, and I got paid just for introducing them to the deal. Okay, so that comes into what a joint venture is. So a joint venture is when you write these steps down. First thing you need to know is you have to make sure the person bringing you the deal has an equitable interest in the property. They actually have a vested interest. Okay? Secondly, you need to know that you are going to have exclusive rights. Okay, write that down. You need exclusive rights to the deal. And then part 3, you need to know that the deal is going to get to the settlement table. So there's some contracts that you have to have in place between the original person that has control of the property and also the person that you're bringing to the deal. Now, this is the outcome. This is the outcome. This is a check that I'm holding for $19,948.75. And write this down as well, folks. I always tell folks at my boot camps, at my master classes, that documentation beats conversation. Now, this check was printed out to me on December 14th, 2018. Can we zoom in on this check? Do we see the date here? That's my company, okay? Do we see the name of the title company? I just want to make sure everybody sees this. Now, I'm going to pull out my cell phone. That's my beautiful baby boy. That says January 17th. January 17th. Many, many weeks have gone past. And I can say I no longer, since I walked away from my day job 2006, I no longer have to live paycheck to paycheck because of what real estate has done for my life. And it's done this for many of my student partners. I've been teaching people how to do this business since 2007. People from all across the country have been able to benefit from the system that I've created. So folks, if you see any value in what we just went over, or if you want to learn more about how you can get involved, make sure you click the link somewhere around this video, sign up for my next training, and there's only one other thing to do. I'm going to walk out of my office, and I'm going to go down to the ATM, and I'm going to deposit this check. Can we get another view of this? For $19,948.75. So folks, there's only one thing left to do. Sign up for the training and meet me at the closing table.